She said, what's your name? Yeah, what's my name? They call me Sauce, baby. Last nigga played with Zoo name, shit got him repped on. I know you remember, you can't forget it, cause you was next to him.
Yo, what's good, y'all? My name's Kanasi, and today I'm finna show you how to make one of them dark Philly drill beats that everybody been hopping on. This sound's really been getting popular with artists like OT7 Kwani and Skrilla and 1900 Rugrat and people like that. But more recently, the sound's been getting traction from diss wars and stuff like that. For example, the Blackboy Max stream with Jason Tusi.
I'ma break Diddy out of jail, give him your load, and have him join you. You slipping and dodging semen when you wake up in the morning for school.
Alright, y'all, so first with the melody, there's two ways you could go about it. You could either choose a sample, or you're gonna want like a really dark, atmospheric, just like a really dark ambient type of melody, right? You're gonna want to use stuff like pianos, tubular bells, and just like really deep pads. I decided to go with the instrumental for I Don't Want to Do This Anymore by X, because I already had the idea to make this beat anyway, so I'm like, I might as well just make a video about it, right? I'm quickly just gonna play that for anybody that hasn't heard it. And yeah, I basically just took that and I just repeated it throughout the entire beat. There were no changes in that melody. Of course you can do more, but really with these type of beats, less is really more. So I would just stick to a minimalistic type of melody, because all the sounds are really inside of the drums, more specifically the perks. Like, these beats are really perk heavy. So next, let's get into the drums. I'm gonna play them quickly and then I'm gonna break them down for y'all. Alright, so first up, usually when I make these beats, I usually just start off with the snare, that really hard hitting snare, because I usually already have like an idea of how I want the bounce to sound.
What do you mean by that?
After that, I just started off with a basic little 808 pattern just to get it started. Then after, that's when I put all the little sounds and perks and stuff in between just to fill up the space. I'm gonna just show y'all the 808 pattern now. Alright, y'all, next up, I'm gonna show you all the perks together, and then I'm gonna just try to break it down for you guys. Alright, y'all, so to be honest, when it comes to perks and stuff like that in these beats, you kind of just have to hear it out and just kind of feel where I think space needs to be filled up, right? But at the same time, you could go kind of crazy with them, because you could just get away with putting a lot of sounds in there and it still sounds good. To find these sounds, personally, I found them from a Detroit drum kit, but to be honest, the sounds has been getting really popular recently, and there's probably kits already dedicated to this sound, so if you just do some digging around, you probably find one. Next up, I added the snap towards the end of each 4 bars just to fill up some space. I forgot to mention it before, but I also added this open hat to layer the 808s and just make it hit harder. And then lastly, I just added the staple sound of these beats, which is the tubular bell, which you can find pretty much in any kit. So when you're structuring these beats, usually the beginning is gonna be like very slow pace when it comes to drums and just has a lot of space in them. But when you start getting towards like the second half of the beat, that's when like a lot of the drums come in and just start hitting, and then that's when the whatever artist is on it can just start, you know what I'm saying, just going crazy, right? I just seen that first part, like it wasn't too much going on bass wise, but in this part I'm about to show y'all see how many more 808s there are. Besides that, the only change I really made is I just took a couple of the sounds and just made them roll at the end, just for, you know, like a beat transition, like a breakdown. Alright y'all, for this next part, I'm just gonna go over some like little extra stuff I added just for like attention to detail. Not really necessary, but just makes it sound nice. First one being is I took one of the bells and I duplicated it as a second, like its own bell, right? And I just put a delay on it to make it more atmospheric. For example, this first bell right here has the delay on it, as opposed to this one that's just like one hit. Another effect I added is at the beginning 9 bars of the drums, I decided to add a low pass filter, because I noticed in a lot of like Philly drill beats or songs, they like to use a lot of low pass filters. I just took this one from Fruity Love Filter. Most of the time the artist or the engineer will just end up doing that themselves, but you know, it's good just to have it in the beat sometimes because it just sounds nice. But the big one I'll say in these type of beats, this is probably one of the most important effects you'll probably need in these type of beats. At least from my experience, I would always put a reverb on the master. My reverb of choice, I like to use Pro R or Valhalla, but for this one I just use Pro R from FabFilter. Just this little bit of reverb, you won't think it does much, but it really makes a big difference. Make sure not to do too much on it, because then all the drums are just gonna sound muddy and just really echoey and weird. Alright y'all, that's about it for the tutorial. If y'all enjoyed this video, hit that like, that sub button, and please comment down below what y'all want to see next. I'm down to all suggestions. I recently just started streaming on Twitch, so if y'all want to catch me live, go catch that. Cute. I'm gonna put the links down. It's either gonna be on the screen right now, or I'm gonna put it in the description, or both. That snippet y'all heard in the beginning of the video with the OT7 Quantity vocals, by the time this video drops, it's probably gonna be on SoundCloud, so links in the description for that as well. Also, another thing I want to talk about, man, I really appreciate all the love y'all been showing me on that slime get 'em tutorial. You guys really been showing me love on that. That's like my biggest video I've ever made, so I really appreciate you guys for that. I'm gonna have my Discord links in the description as well. If y'all want to join my server, y'all can. You know, we just be in there chilling, so if y'all want to stop by, y'all can. Yeah, that's about it, y'all. Until next time. You might be wondering, Kanasi, why did your fit change?
Escucha lo que hizo la estúpida de tu mamá. Estábamos comiendo milanesas con papas fritas y cada 2 minutos nos ponía sal y era raro y sentíamos gusto a batata. Bautista le dijo, ¿pusiste batata? Y ella dijo, no. Cada 2 minutos ponía sal, nos iba a intoxicar para que cuando terminara